A draw against Liverpool's a good result. So why do I feel so disappointed? West Ham United 2, Liverpool 2. Yeah, I feel disappointed by this game. I felt like Liverpool were there for the taking. Right, they weren't playing particularly good. They looked vulnerable defensively, and I thought if we really gave it a go, really went for it, especially after we got that second goal, we could have got the winner. But we didn't. We looked very happy to take the draw at the end of the game. And I think that's why I'm so disappointed and so frustrated, actually. Because, yeah, Liverpool were there for the taking and we did not do it. Nah. Looking at that game as a whole, a draw was probably a fair result. It probably was. Neither team were particularly brilliant. We put in a much better performance than what we put in against Crystal Palace a week ago. You couldn't have put in a worse performance, that's for sure. But we did have a little bit more control of the game. But as I say, the first half was very, very bitty. No team was really in control. Diaz hit the post. Bowen had a decent shot. Sofal had a decent shot. And yeah, I thought it was going to go in 0-0. But then we took a short corner, which I hate. I hate short corners. Don't understand why teams do it. But this one worked out. Went to Kudus. He's floated across. And Bowen, and for a short man, he half gets his head on a lot of balls, doesn't he? Headed the ball in lovely. Puts 1-0 up. Going at half time, 1-0 up. I was like, yeah, great. Maybe the second half we'll start strongly. We'll defend very resiliently, keep a clean sheet for 15-20 minutes, and then start to push on and try and get that second goal. But very West Ham of us, especially this season, we can see within 3 minutes, and it was just such a soft shot. Such a soft shot by Robertson. He was under pressure by Alvarez, and you thought Alvarez had done enough to a point where Robertson could only get off that weak shot that he did. But he kind of just rolled into the goal off Areola's hand. He got fingertips on it, couldn't get quite round the post, hit the post and win. It was just such a crappy little shot and so annoying it went in. Not as annoying as their second goal though, which another set piece. Why are we so poor at set pieces at the moment? That's really annoying. But Gakpo found himself in a load of space in the 6-yard box. God knows why he's got that much space there. And he completely mishit the ball, which bounced off a Bonga, bounced off Soucek, bounced off Areola, and then went in. Yeah, that's just our luck at the moment, isn't it? Yeah, we did not have luck on our side at all today. So, yeah, they go 2-1 up. And I didn't really think it was deserved at that point. I mean, yeah, they were putting us under a little bit more pressure, and they were playing some nice stuff occasionally. I've seen some Liverpool fans saying we were completely dominated. It didn't feel that way at all. Yeah, we were a little bit under pressure, but I never really saw them scoring. It didn't feel like they deserved the goal. It didn't. Anyway, after that, we did actually try and give it a go. It took us a little while, but then we did go forward to start committing some numbers forward and, creating some chances. And one of those chances led to our equaliser when Bowen got the ball on the right-hand side, cut inside, flowed it over with his left foot to Antonio, who was completely free in the middle, and headed it away beautifully. Put us back at 2-2. And then I thought, right, we can continue this now. We got the momentum. Let's carry on. Let's try and get our third. But we didn't. We sat back and we soaked up the pressure, and it looked like we were just quite happy to accept the draw. And that was what I found frustrating. I really did, because I really felt that Liverpool were there for the taking today, and we did not go for it. We did not. And it was a problem that we had mostly in the second half, because when we did have the ball and we did go forward, we weren't committing the numbers forward to support the players that had the ball. Like Kudus had the ball on that left hand side a couple of times and was making some runs, but he had no support. Bowen on that right hand side had a couple of runs, but he had no support. And we just need to commit numbers forward sometimes. We need to start taking some chances. Just a little bit of a risk here and there to try and get that advantage, but we just don't do it. We just don't, and it's so frustrating to watch. It is so frustrating to watch. So yeah, while I do think that 2-2 is a fair result, probably, I am disappointed that we didn't get the win, because I felt like Liverpool were there for the taking and we didn't go for it, and I really felt like we should have done. Player ratings. Areola in goal, I thought we had a very decent game. I don't think there was much he could have done about either goal. He did get his fingertips on their first one. The second one was just like complete. It was like a pinball machine in there. He didn't know where it was going. I can't really blame him for the second goal. Maybe he could have got more of a hand on it, but I felt like he got as much on it as he probably could. So I felt like he had a decent game. He did make quite a few really decent saves and probably saved us from conceding a few more goals than we actually did. So I would actually give him a 9. I thought he had a really, really decent game. Really decent game. And when we're talking about Hammer of the Year, he is definitely a name that I will put up there because I just think he has been phenomenal for us this season. I really, really do. Moving into defence, Sofao on the right, I thought he was good going forward in the first half. It did cause a lot of problems down that right hand side. Was good defensively. In the second half though, wasn't getting forward enough for me. I'd love to see him score a goal. Honestly, I think we all would like to see Sofao get a goal, and it did look like he was going to when he had that shot, but no, it didn't go in, did it? But I thought his first half performance was better going forward. And the second half, he did do well defensively, so he's gonna get a 7.5 from me because he was good, but better in the first half than in the second half. Same with Emerson actually. He looked decent in the first half. Didn't get forward enough in the second half. I thought he could have given Kudus a little bit more support down that left hand side, but he did get forward once to rocket a shot in, which he hit so beautifully, and it was a fantastic save by Alisson. That would have been a beauty if that went in, and so that's a shame as well. Both of our fullbacks had decent shots saved today, and that would have been good. But yeah, again, with Emerson, he's really good going forward, and defensively I thought that he had a decent game as well. But yeah, in that second half, he needs to commit himself forward a little bit more. I know he's probably told me not to, but I would like to see him get forward that a little bit more when he can. So yeah, he's gonna get a 7 from me. Abonga, I thought had a really decent game. He looked really solid at the back. Was blocking shots, made some really good tackles, some good interceptions. So yeah, he's going to get an 8 for me. I thought he had a really decent game. Same with Zuma. I thought he had a good game as well. Looked very commanding. He just looks dodgy on his legs. He does when he's running and passing. He just does not look right. You look at all the other players when they're running and passing, and you look at Zuma. He just looks awkward. It really does. But it didn't really impact his performance today. Not really. So I'm going to give him a 7. Alvarez, I will give an 8. I thought he was very good in that middle. He was controlling that midfield, intercepting, making challenges, really getting stuck in. A lot more committed performance than the one against Crystal Palace last week from him, because I thought he was very poor last week. So yeah, it was a much better performance. He didn't look tired today. He looked tired last week. So yeah, it was a very good performance from him. So yeah, he's getting an 8. Souček he'll get a 6. I thought he was decent. Didn't do anything particularly special. Was okay. Didn't do anything wrong. Just a general solid performance by Souček really. So yeah, he's going to get a 6. Paquetá's going to get a 5. Didn't really impact the game. I don't know what's up with him. He just looks a little bit off the pace. I think his head's in Manchester already. It probably is. It's either that or he's decided he wants to stay at West Ham United, so he's putting in poor performances so no one comes in for him in the summer. It's probably the first one though, isn't it? Probably is. His head is probably in Manchester. So yeah, another poor, underwhelming performance from Paquetá. Bowen on the right hand side, I'm going to give a 9. 1 goal, 1 assist. Really caused some problems down that right hand side. I love that man. I just think he is absolutely brilliant, and he gives 110% every single game, and we really do miss him when he's not in the side, really do. So yeah, fantastic performance from him, solid 9. Kudus down the left was okay. Yet again, he looks better on the right hand side. It's so annoying that we've got 2 brilliant players that play their best football down that right hand wing. It's so annoying because Kudus is better on that right when he is cutting in from that right onto his left into the middle. He does so much better, and you saw him do that a couple of times. We've seen him do that a couple of times this season. But when he's on that left, he doesn't tend to cut in. He tends to wants to go on his left hand, his left. So he just goes closer to the line, and it affects his performance. It affects how he's able to impact the game. So while I'm glad that we've got both Bowen and Kudus in the team. I just feel like we don't get the best out of him on that left-hand side. And yeah, he doesn't put in his best performances there. So yeah, he's going to get a 7 for me. He was decent. He did make some good runs forward, but he wasn't getting the support, so he's going to get a 7. Antonio up top was a right menace. He did cause their centre-back Kwanzaa quite a few problems and did find himself in a little bit of space. He could be a right handful, can't he? So yeah, I thought it was a decent performance by Antonio. Yeah, but he always does. He always does well in these sort of games, and yeah, he did cause a lot of problems. He's going to get a solid 8 from me. Ward-Prowse came on, and yeah, he did okay. He put a couple of decent crosses in. But yeah, again, his performances have really dropped of late as well. I mean, he was brilliant in the first half of the season, but yeah, second half, his set plays and balls into the box have just been lacking. And I can see why he was benched. But, you know, he does run, he doesn't stop, and he really puts in a shift when he does play. So he's going to get a 6. And so, yeah, that is my player ratings. So, overall, not the best performance in the world, but we didn't lose. And we keep on drawing at home. I think that's like 6 draws at home this calendar year. Yeah, I think it's something like that. But we've only seen 2 wins and we've seen a couple of losses as well. So I'm a bit bored of seeing draws at the London Stadium. I really would wish that we would go for it a little bit more, especially at home, because the crowd needed something today. The atmosphere was just very, very dull. It picked up a little bit when we got that second goal, but very quickly went back to what it was, because we weren't going for it. We weren't committing players forward. We weren't. Yeah, the players and the performance wasn't giving the crowd anything to get behind. And I think there was a little bit of anticipation and lack of motivation from the crowd after that shocking performance last week. And yeah, I wish we could recreate that atmosphere that we got in the Leverkusen game every single week. I really do, but you know, sometimes it's the occasion, and I just feel like it's the performances now. Everyone expects an underwhelming performance, so you don't really get the atmosphere there, which is really annoying. Because we would all love to sing and chant for the whole game. You would, and you know, I'll get up and sing every chance I get. Just feel like a bit of a twat sometimes doing it on your own. You really do. So yeah, the atmosphere wasn't brilliant. The performance wasn't brilliant, and yeah, we're kind of hoping that we see a change next season, and hopefully that will re-motivate the crowd to start getting behind the players a lot more without the need of a special occasion or a really determined fantastic performance. We shouldn't need that to create a great atmosphere there. We shouldn't, but unfortunately we do, which is really annoying. So yeah, another draw, 3 games left this season. Chelsea next week, then Luton, then Man City. Probably going to finish 10th, 9th, something like that. We're not going to finish in those European places. And then we've got the big rebuild that we're going to have to undergo in the summer. So, as per usual, let me know your thoughts in the comment sections. And if you like this video, do not forget to hit the subscribe button. Come on, you Irons!